Have you ever thought that when you learned all about your human design, that it would then finally give you the clarity that you've been searching for? And you run your chart, you discover your type, your strategy, your authority. Maybe you took notes, read a book, watched videos, and for a while, it feels like you found the missing piece. But here's the trap. Knowledge alone doesn't change your life. So that means that you can know your design inside out, but still feel stuck. You can memorize every channel and every center and still fall back into the same patterns over and over and over again. You can collect all the information in the world, but if you don't start living it, nothing will shift. Hi everybody, welcome back to HSPTV channel. This is a channel for highly sensitive people and soulful leaders who want to live aligned with who they really are, discover what they really want, and how to actually get it. I am Barbara, and in today's video, we are talking about why knowing your human design isn't enough and why you have to live it for it to mean anything. If this resonates with you, then make sure that you hit the subscribe button, maybe also the notification bell, so that you will never miss one of the weekly videos that I share here on this channel. So, when I first discovered my human design, I dove in head first. I devoured everything that I could get my hands on because I wanted to understand everything about myself, every line, every gait, every subtle detail. I thought that if I could just know enough about myself, then I would finally feel at peace in my own skin. But instead of feeling peace, I found myself to be overwhelmed. I had all the words, I had all the information, but I didn't know how to actually start living any of it. I was still saying yes when I should have said no. I was still pushing myself to do stuff when I actually needed to rest. And I was still trying to prove myself in ways that left me feeling empty. If you recognize any of this, then I would love to hear from you. So leave me a comment below this video. And at some point along my journey, it just hit me. All of this knowledge by itself wasn't helping me. In fact, it was making things worse because I thought I was doing the work by learning, when in truth, I was hiding in information instead of embodying it. And that realization, it was painful to be that honest with myself, but it was also the turning point. Because human design isn't meant to be studied like a textbook. It's meant to be lived. And I see this over and over again with my clients. And one of my clients fit the researcher role. And that meant that she knew her chart inside and out, her profile, her variables, digestion, all of it. But when it came time to saying no to something that didn't feel right, she froze. The knowledge was there, but the embodiment wasn't. And things only began to shift when she started practicing and experimenting. Another of my clients was very skeptic about human design. He wanted proof before he dared to trust his design. And he thought understanding the chart in theory would give him certainty. But the truth is, the proof only comes with practice, when you start doing it. And when he finally started following his authority, he realized that transformation isn't intellectual, it is through lived experiences. And another one of my clients, he fits the perfectionist role. And he told me, I'll start living my design once I fully understand it. But human design isn't something that you ever finish learning. It is not a system to master. It is more like a map to walk. So waiting until you know it all means that you will never begin. And once he allowed himself to live it imperfectly, step by step, life started opening in ways that he never could have imagined or planned. So, have you noticed this in yourself too? That you sometimes hide in learning about yourself, for instance, instead of actually living it? Let me know in the comments below this video because I'd love to hear. So, the bigger truth is that human design isn't about information, it's about transformation. And transformation doesn't happen in your head, it happens in the body, in your choices, in your lived experience. So you don't think your way into alignment, you live your way into it. And that is the beauty of human design. It is not a belief system, it's an experiment. And you don't have to trust it blindly. You test it in your life, and then you see what changes. Because the point isn't to sound smart when you talk about your design, the point is to feel free when you live it. So if you've been sitting with your chart, trying to figure it all out before you begin, here it is. You don't need to know it all. You don't need to memorize the details. You don't need to understand every nuance of it. All you need is to just start. Say no when something feels wrong, even if you don't know why. Trust your authority when you're making small decisions, even if that feels scary, because that leads to having faith in yourself when it comes to making the big decisions. Also, rest when your body asks for it, even if it's napping in the middle of the day, and even if your mind says to push. Because human design isn't about being perfect, it's about being real, authentic, honest, you. It isn't about getting it right, it is about coming home to yourself. And the only way to get there is to live it. So, what could be some of your next steps? If you are looking for a community of like-minded people that you can share with, where you can find support, where you can learn all about yourself and whom you can grow with, then you might want to join the solutions community. There are different levels in which you can join, starting for a free level, and you can also invest a little bit of money when you want additional support or go deep into your specific blueprint itself. If you first just want to discover your unique design so that you can understand yourself, your path, and your purpose in depth while healing your heart and tapping into your prosperity, then you might want to request your unique Be You by Design blueprint, which will be handcrafted by me specifically for you. The link for that is also in the description below this video. And if you just resonate with all of this, but you don't really know what you want or what you need, or if you want to work one-on-one with me, then I'd like to invite you to book a free clarity call with me. The link to do so is also in the description below this video. And before you go, let me know in the comments, are you still mostly learning your design, or have you already started living it? Thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I look forward to inspiring you in next week's video.